Welcome back, and this next lesson on Keynote version 7 is on simply animating objects on a slide. Now we're back at the first slide, and what we're going to do is we're going to animate each of these objects on the slide. So when you click on an object, it changes from transition to build in, action, and build out up here, which is an animated effect of an object on a slide. So let's add an effect here, and we're going to use a move in for this. Oh no, actually, not a move in. I don't want to move in. I would like a scale. Where is a scale? Let's see. Scale. There we go. Yes, scale is much better. And then for my name, I'm just going to add a dissolve. Now, the important thing is like if you want to try and design it so that you don't have to be clicking all the time. So in order to start the presentation, yes, I would like to click. But when my name comes up, I would like that to come up immediately following the appearance of the title. So if I click the build, if I select this and I click the build order, I get this listing here. And right now, my name will come up on click. If I do this and go either with build or after the build, then it will come up after. So in this case, it's going to come up after, but there's no delay. It'll just show. Okay, if I preview that, go like this, and it just shows up. And that's what I want. If I click on this object, you'll notice that it's on click, and that's fine. That way I can start the presentation with a click. Okay, close that up. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, and one of the things that you want to do is have consistent animations on every one of your slides. And so what we're going to do is have some consistent animations for each of these. We're going to go from the title to the bullets to the photograph. Okay, so for the title, this is where I want to do the move in. And that's perfect. Just left to right, move in the title. And then on this one, I would like the bullets to appear, but I'd like them to move in from right to left. So when I put this in, I'll do a move in again. I don't want to cross over the photograph, so I'm going to go right to left. And so if I want to preview that, they'll come in like this. Again, I don't want them all at the same time. I'd like them to be delivered by bullet. Okay, and so that should appear like this one, and then click, and the other one. Okay, now again, and then same thing with this object. Now this one I'm going to use a different animation. The one that I like to use for this is the cube. Okay, just like that. Now, with the cube, with all these right now, everything is on click. Okay, and I don't really like that. What I'd like to see happen is when I click to the next slide, for the title to immediately appear, and then the first item to come up on click. These bullets will come up on click. So let's do that first. So I'm on the title. I'm going to go to the build order, and I would like the title to appear right after the transition. Okay, so it transitions and then goes. For the bullets, I would like the bullets to appear on click, so that's fine. Except for this last item, the image, I would like that to appear after the last click of the slide. And so let's take a look at that. Okay, so now if I play, I'm going to play it right from the beginning. Okay, and I click once, the name comes up, and then my name automatically appears. Click again, and then the rule of thirds comes up. I talk about the first item, I talk about the second item, and then the image automatically appears. Okay, and so that's a good way to sort of set up all of your slides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply those effects to each of these quickly. So again, that was a move in. This one is another move in. But that'll be from left to right. And I'm going to do it by bullet. And then again, I'm going to have this one as a cube. And I'm going to make that one appear immediately after the build, the previous build, and the first one, I want that one to appear after the transition. Okay, so that was a quick duplication of the previous slide. And then this one, we're just going to make them appear, and I'm going to click on all of them. I'm just holding down the Shift key as I select all these. And I will add the cube effect to them all. Okay. And the build order, I don't really care. But I do want them all to appear immediately after the slide transition. Okay. So let's see what the whole presentation looks like now. So go there, goes to the next slide, automatically appears, bullet, bullet, and then the picture should appear. Click next, the title should appear, bullet, 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 and then the picture should appear. And then the last one, hopefully all the pictures will appear. There you go. And that's a great way to put animation into your presentations. Okay, one last item I'm going to show. I was going to make a separate one for this, but I think I'm going to show you here. If you would like to put more than one image onto a slide and have multiple animations in, you can do that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. Okay. And so now I have a completely duplicated slide, including the animation that I applied to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in, let me go back to my, oh, how come that's not showing? There we go. Go to my desktop. And my Keynote pictures, I have a number of other rule of thirds photographs. So I'll put in the second one here and throw that one in there. Okay. And what I can do with this, if you watch closely, is I can do some really interesting stuff with this. I'll put it precise, actually I'll keep it off for a sec, because with this photograph, what I'll do is that'll be the first one. I've got an build-in that's a cube right now. What I can do next is I can do a build out on that. And I'll do a cube effect. Okay, and that'll build out. And I'm just going to check the build order on that build out, and it's on click, right? And so what I do is I want that build out to be right after the first one, and that's an on click, right? Okay, now the next photograph, it's going to be a build in, and it's going to occur right after the previous build, which is the other one, and then I'm going to have a, I hope I've got this right, let's see, rule of thirds photograph comes in automatically, and this is going to be an on click to build out. Oh, that should be on click there. There we go. That's an on click. Okay, so it'll build out and then bring in the new photograph. Okay, so what's going to happen is this slide will appear normally. The picture will appear and will pause. And then if I click, it will build out, and then the other photograph will come in. So let's take a look at that. So if I play this one, that comes in, our text comes in, and then our image. And if I click again, it builds out, and the next one comes in. And so you can do this with more than just two photographs. If I want to add a third one in, I could duplicate this again and do the exact same thing. Okay, so I could do this. Now this has a build out on it already. I can grab that and put in a third photograph and do the same thing. I actually don't like that one. That one's better. There you go. That one's better. Okay. Put this one in. And the same thing. We would like to have, oh, I forgot to put the build out on this one. So let's do the build out. And we want a cube effect again. And again, we put that underneath the second one. Okay, and then we want that to be on click. So it separates it out. And we put this one in. And now, so we have three photographs stacked on top of each other. And let's watch what that looks like. Go like this. First photograph, second photograph, and third photograph. Okay, so it gives you an idea how you can effectively use animation in Keynote. Hope you enjoyed that.